problem number 15 from section 8.1. We're given this sequence and we're told it's geometric and we're asked to find these things about it. So let's talk about finding the common ratio. So here we are, and I'm going to ask the question, well, what does it take to get from this term to that term? Well, it looks to me like I multiplied by 1/2. And from here to here, oh, it looks like another multiplied by 1/2. Another multiplied by 1/2. So it seems to be very clear that the common ratio is 1/2. But why do they call it the common ratio again? Well, because the ratio of 4 to 8, or 2 to 4, or 1 to 2, or the a sub n plus 1 divided by the a sub n term, they all end up being 1/2. So there's part A, common ratio is 1/2. Now, I am going to skip ahead to part C of the question about what is the recursive rule for this, the nth term of this geometric sequence. I just want you to recall that the the recursive rule is always that if I take the previous term, signified by a sub n minus 1, and I multiply it by the common ratio, I've got that rule. Well, in this case, a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 multiplied by 1/2. There's part C. On to part D, where I say, well, what's the explicit rule for this particular sequence? Well, the general form is that it's the first term multiplied by the common ratio taken to the power of n minus 1. Well, and in this case, our first term is 8, so it's 8 times our common ratio of 1/2 to the power of n minus 1. Now, that's not the only way that we could write this form. So, for example, I could very easily rewrite this as 8 times 2 over 2 to the n. 2 to the n. Let's double check to make sure that's equal to 1/2 to the n minus 1. And if that's the case, some people may find the form 16 times 2 to the n, another
16 times 2 to the negative n?
Negative n. Sure. There we go. And that is an explicit rule for this sequence. And now, since I've got the explicit rule, that's the easiest way to get at the 9th term. A sub 9 is going to be equal to, oh, let's use the easiest form, the one that was easiest to write, 1/2 to the 9 minus 1, or 8 times 1 over 256, and that is equal to 1/64. So there's problem 15.
Interesting. So